Almost a week ago to the day, as Marifado and Bandu Foundations, a friend Esoteric Thoughts, gone too soon. Welcome to Marifado. Today we are doing something that we have never done before. Our first interview with a very interesting YouTuber. He's got a channel called Esoteric Thoughts. We will allow him to introduce himself by way of telling us why Esoteric Thoughts.
Thank you. So the reason for Esoteric Thoughts is, as a former Christian, I was brought up with a very literal way of thinking about the Bible. So from childhood, I was taught that the biblical stories were real, literal events. Only when I started to explore the deeper esoteric understanding of the text, I understood what was really going on, both with religion and the Bible, and its historic and present influence on Black people. So I tried to promote a deeper understanding of the Bible and religion, as most people don't have a clue what religion is actually really about and how it formed and how we actually got religion.
We mourn this loss with a heavy heart and with a lot of questions. His sudden departure from this life as a student of life at a very young age, as a mentor, a friend, and a scholar, pains us the most. Rapta, Esoteric Thoughts, you left your YouTube channel, which a lot of us shall visit. I remember our first interview as you ventured on to share Esoteric Thoughts. We know that Esoteric Thoughts seeks to provide deeper thought about life, religion, the Bible, mythology, and spirituality. And that you said explore and pay nothing until it comes to the fore and on the table. You said it takes the latter half of all one's life to unlearn the falsehood that was instilled into us during the earlier half. Generation after generation, we learn, unlearn, and relearn the same stories and the beliefs passed down to us without truly understanding the stories and the beliefs. And in your quest and desire, you spared nothing. You invited scholars to discuss, to debate, and to share what they understood. You called upon scholars like Ralph Ellis and Garfield Reid to discuss between themselves the biblical history of the Exodus, whether it was fiction or reality. You also went deeper into man's consciousness vis-a-vis the Bible and God. Theists and non-theists panel discussions. You were soft, nice, and calm in your search to understand the role of Christianity in slavery and whether the Bible condoned slavery or not. As Esoteric Thoughts, you pursued these topics concerning the interaction of the Bible and humanity, and also whether it contradicts itself or it does not contradict itself. You invited Dr. Josh Bowen to discuss this topic of the contradictions in the Bible. You also went all the way out to look into the entertainment industry and the psychology behind the entertainment industry, and you invited Gabriel from the Slick Dissident channel to discuss his project connecting the Marvel Assembly characters and the films to the tarot cards. And as Esoteric Thoughts, you pursued him, gave him room, allowed him to dissect this topic to the satisfaction of those that listened. You also faced a lot of challenges. Scholars, priests, teachers, and others who never accepted your position, considering your Christian and Islamic as well as Hebrew Israelite interactions. You shared a lot of those ideas, and some of them were very rough and very tough on you. But as Esoteric Thoughts, when we look at your responses, when we look at how you handled it, you were very calm, methodical, accepting, and you never returned their ill favors. You looked at the stars. Under astrotheology, you invited scholars like David Warner Matheson to discuss an astrotheology tale of two kings, King Midas and King Solomon. You looked also at the murderous spread of Christianity around the world, and these are topics that are found on your channel. You continued with astrotheology. You invited black Muslims and ex-black Muslims and Jews to discuss astrotheology, Malik H. Jabal and Michael Tank, and also allowed debates on astrotheology between John McHughes and David Matheson. You continued to dig deeper into mythology, and Arthur George, a scholar, was invited by you and his on your channel on the mythology of New Year's and purification rituals. You also discussed with Michael Tharion on many topics. On Christmas, March 25, these are many of the topics that are found in your channel and YouTube videos, long and exhaustive. You had the Seventh-day Adventists, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and other prophet-driven churches and members and pastors and their teachings, especially the great disappointment that is a building block of the Seventh-day Adventist and other Adventist movements. Also, bizarre constellation origins, John McHughes. Into introspective, you had a video that covered most of the horrific stories that are found in the Bible, and you compared the story plots of Genesis 19 and Judges 19, which are similar, and they say these are the stories they don't talk about, and the warning that the story includes violence, sex, abuse, gang rape, and dismemberment. The story that is found in the Bible. And you wanted us to understand it. You wanted us to look at it. You wanted us to explore it. You also invited Michael Tharion, who paid a great tribute to the author John Allegro, who wrote a number of books, but specifically was very active in the Dead Sea Scrolls interpretation and writing and books, also the sacred mushroom and the cross. These are some of the Christian foundations that a lot of Christians do not consider and think about, and it is very important that they visit your channel now and look at what you did and what you presented to them, especially on answering questions like Dr. Josh Bowen, who tackled how can God command so much violence in the Bible? The Lost Scriptures of Giza, Enochian Mysteries, Phenomenology of Belief and Faith by Michael Tharion was also discussed on your channel. Esoteric Thoughts, you broke down the mythology of religions, of history, and the belief. All these have gone through a series of metamorphoses, and they have influenced almost every human being that walks the earth today. There are myriads of meanings hidden not in the Bible or holy books, that's what you said, but in the primary sources. The huge difference in the biblical accounts, doctrines, and interpretation have not dented the faith and the beliefs of millions of followers, despite proof of mythical roots and esoteric thought. You engaged us in serious attention and a quest to be truthful and to be focused on these matters, whether we are Hebrew Israelites or Hebrew cosmogony, or as ancestral consultation and thought and thinking, or even in terms of philosophy. You spared no cows. So we want to ask you to journey very well into the spirit, and they say, praise your Aku Raputa, the name that Marifato Family Network gave you. The now blessed dead. Hail the shining ones, our ancestors, who have gone before us all. We thank you for all you did for Raputa, who he became, and who he is now, and who he will be in the infinite future. Appearing in the west as an Aku, appearing as gold in the belly of Nute, may we honor your names, O great ones, the great kings and judges, the great king and judge Ausari, our great spiritual mother Isisu, and our defender of faith, brother and leader Oresu. May Anobisa cause you Aku Raputa to wear your mantles with respect as you journey beyond the fence and go where the divinities may not trod. Praise to your Aku and praise to the faithful ones and companions who are standing in both worlds. Your wisdom and your guide, we pray, shall behold and accept our prayer. May they be pleasing to you, our offerings. Praise to the Aku and loyal guardians. Protect Raputa in the righteous path of Mahati, so he enters the judgment hall, where his heart shall be lighter than the lightest feather, and his reward is the life to life. Drive out evil before and after him, and light his path until we meet again in the field of the reeds. Amen. We invite you to continue to support this YouTube channel, which is shown here, Esoteric Thoughts and Truths. Like and share. Also visit this Facebook page, and we believe and hope that those that are responsible and have been given the administrative roles will continue to upload relevant information as we remember Esoteric Thoughts. This is Priest Rabbi Hamaneja Topi LM Tumizulu of Marifado Family Group, the Isisu Temple, exploring the spirit and assisting the spirit. Amen. Thank you, Esoteric Thoughts. We remember you. You were a warrior, you were a fighter, you were a scholar par excellence, and you allowed debate without interfering. Very rare quality, soft-spoken, easygoing, but very, very deep in terms of thinking and spirituality. Thank you for mentoring us, and thank you for exchanging information with us, and thank you on behalf of Marifado, and thank you on behalf of Bantu Foundations for all your effort, and may you fare well in the spirit.